It's Paul Marsh, and I'm delighted to say that I have been joined by star of the West End, Annie Skates. Annie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Hi, Paul.
So there is something exciting happening very, very soon. Coming to Portsmouth Guildhall Square on the 2nd of August, you are going to be a part of the Abba Symphonic Spectacular. That is going to be a truly amazing evening.
It certainly will be, with the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra, and we love working with them. We've done lots of gigs, not just with ABBA, but disco, symphonic, and all sorts of other things as well. So we have a great relationship with them, and it's just so much fun doing the pop stuff with them.
Well, have you got a deep love of ABBA? Is this something you've always had? Is this something that's come on lately, or is this just something you're being paid to do?
Ever since I was a small child, I have absolutely adored ABBA. I wanted to be Agneta from I can't remember when. You know what I mean? I wanted my hair like her. I wanted to dress like her. So it is a dream come true, really. And I've been very fortunate to be around ABBA quite a bit, especially the boys, Benny and Bjorn. And they we were involved in Mamma Mia 2, the film. I did all the soundtrack for that with my group, Capital Voices, my session singers, and Benny was in the studio with us, and so it's very much hands-on. And we also did a massive concert at Hyde Park, which was called Thank You for the Music, for the BBC, with the BBC Concert Orchestra, and Benny and Bjorn were both on that as well. So I feel we have a really lovely relationship.
What is it about ABBA then that stretches over so many decades? And with a lot of bands, you see a lot of stuff with Oasis going on at the moment. Obviously, it's introducing the younger people, and they love it as well. And I think ABBA are exactly the same. You got youngsters coming through, 17, 18, 19 years old, that love ABBA. What is it that makes them so special?
I think the songs are completely timeless. They never seem to date. They sound as fresh today as they did when they came out in the 70s and 80s. And I think that's quite a skill, really. And I think, obviously, the tunes are so catchy. The hooks of the choruses, everybody knows them. And so it's great for people to sing along to. I just think they're the perfect pop songs.
Yeah, I agree. They certainly have those earworms that get in your head all day, don't they?
Certainly do.
Now, this is not any old ABBA show, is it? This is not just a run-of-the-mill ABBA tribute concert at all, because you are going to be performing with the BSO, the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra. How special is that going to be? Very,
very special. There's nothing like hearing the songs. I mean, things like Gimme, 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 when it starts, with that introduction. And there's this massive sort of low timp thing that happens about halfway through the introduction. It just sends chills up your spine. If you've got 70 people behind you, all the lush strings and everything, it's just sensational. It takes it onto a new level.
Do you know what? And I was thinking about this, because obviously I think ABBA is a great example of this treatment. It blows my mind that this is something that we don't do more of.
I suppose so. You mean the orchestral treatment? Yeah, I agree with you. I think we have done a Beatles one before, which was really successful at the English National Opera. That was wonderful. But I think ABBA really lends itself to this sort of music. I think because they used a lot of strings and so forth in their original productions. So I suppose it's much easier, or it's less sort of difficult to expand that and make it a full orchestra thing. So
yeah, when you think about disco music, a lot of it is string based, isn't it?
Yes, it is, definitely. Yeah, that was one of the features, wasn't it, of the time.
Now, you know that a lot of people are going to be coming to watch this, obviously in the Portsmouth Guildhall Square. There may be one or two getting dressed up and fully immersed into this. The question is, Annie, are you going to do this?
Oh my gosh, yes. We don't try and dress exactly like them.
Do you embody the spirit?
Yeah, I mean, for instance, Agnetta's Waterloo outfit was like electric blue. Do you remember? She was. Now I wear an electric blue full-length sequined dress with splits up the side, and the little skull cap that she used to wear, and that's the matching blue sequin skull cap. So we kind of it's very much a nod towards what they wore. And in the second half, we go for the album cover of Super Trooper. So we're all in white, white feather boas, long white dresses, the boys are in tuxes. So that's the kind of thing. But we really encourage the audience to dress up, and also the orchestra. They really go for it. Some of the outfits you'll see are just incredibly funny.
I love it. I love it. And of course, I'd imagine there might be a few people there that are in their original 70s wear.
They could well be, yes. Yeah, I think it's going to attract all ages. So, yes, I think you're right.
How do you compose the set list for this one? Do you have to sit down with the orchestra, and is it a collaborative effort?
I generally do the programming on these things, and I try as far as possible to make it chronological. It's not completely, because we save Dancing Queen for the finale. Of course we do. You know, what you're gonna do. But we start with Waterloo, and we work through pretty much in order, in date order. We try and save the more disco-y things for the end, so the audience, if by that time they're up and dancing. And
had a few glasses of champagne.
Exactly, yes, a few sweet cherries, shall we say. So we don't want to put any ballads towards the end, so we try and ramp it up and really keep people, on their feet. So
there's just something very special about this kind of a night. I mean, anything in indoors, whether it's in the Portsmouth Guildhall or any other fantastic buildings, they're great. Of course they are. But there's something very special about a summer evening as the sun goes down, listening to the band play and listening to yourself sing. There's something very special about that, isn't there?
I agree. It's a completely different atmosphere, and people bring along their little chairs to sit on, their picnic chairs, and they bring their picnics, and it's just a lovely convivial atmosphere. I think it's much less formal than sitting in seats in an auditorium, although that has its own qualities. But I do think the picnic thing is lovely. It's just more relaxed, and people feel a bit more free to let their hair down, really.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to talk about some of your other work, if that's okay, because you mentioned briefly that obviously you worked on Mamma Mia. I know you've worked on many other films such as Bohemian Rhapsody, The Marvels, I Used to Be Famous, which is a film that I particularly like as well. How did you end up working as a vocal coach on films?
That's a good question, actually. I can't remember which the first one was that I was asked to do, but it's sort of gone from strength to strength, really. And once you start on a roll, I suppose if you do a good job, then you get asked again and again by different big film companies. So, I've always done a bit of vocal coaching. I started on television. I did the X Factor with Simon Cowell. We did the first one of those when each of the judges had their own vocal coach. So I was Simon's vocal coach, and that's the year that Steve Brookstein won. So lucky us. And and then Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, lots of different TV stuff. And then it sort of evolved into films from there, really.
And have you worked with an actor that you thought, this is going to be a struggle? You don't have to name names, by the way. I have worked with actors that I thought were going to be a struggle because I didn't think they were singers, but actually it was a pleasant surprise. So Ralph Fiennes, for instance, I thought, I don't even know if he can sing, but actually he's got a really good baritone voice. Wow.
So I was flown out to a lovely Italian island called Pantelleria.
Oh, isn't your job awful?
10 days there. I was terrible. It was so difficult. And went round to his house, and Tilda Swinton and Dakota Johnson went round to their houses each morning to give them a vocal lesson, and then went on set with them when they were filming. And they were all brilliant. They were really good. So so far so good. I haven't met anyone who can't sing for toffee, let's put it that way.
Well, you haven't worked with me yet.
I'm waiting.
But the thing is, I think obviously when you work on X Factor and Britain and America's Got Talent, this is singers coming through, and you're basically helping them to go up a notch or two. But with actors, yes, we know some actors can sing, and obviously some do both. But with a lot of these actors, singing is not their job. So when they get rave reviews in these films for their vocal work, you must be proud of that.
Oh, I'm so proud. I mean, when Rami won his Oscar, I was a proud mother. It was amazing. He was so lovely to work with, and my God, did he dedicate himself to that role? He worked so hard at every single nuance, and I think he absolutely deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, if somebody came to you and said, right, we want you to play Freddie Mercury and we want you to sing as well, every bone in your body must be screaming, no chance, I can't sing like Freddie Mercury.
I know. And, not many people have that range either. So it was because Freddie sang really high on occasions, and not many men can go that high. So, we had to find ways around things, and it was a really interesting process. But he was so up for it, and yeah, he really worked hard at it. So I was, very pleased with him.
Well, Annie, thank you so much for talking to me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely time down in Portsmouth. Of course, Portsmouth Guildhall Square, the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra. Not only is it going to be Abba Symphonic Spectacular on Saturday the 2nd of August, but on Friday the 1st, it is celebrating the music of John Williams as well. I know it's going to be 2 absolutely amazing nights. I hope you really, really enjoy yourself, Annie. And if people want to go and grab their tickets, they can do that now at portsmouthguildhall.org.uk. Annie, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you so much.